Justin, right? All right, yeah. I'd say maybe, yeah, I think this Discord has this issue. I have faced this too. Like, it might be your mic or something. I don't know. Can you check which mic is paired, like on Discord, which mic is paired right now? Is it your laptops or is it your headphones?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, yes.
Okay, great. Thank you. This is great. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us, Justin. So, guys, we have this last session of office hours that we are conducting in this Agents Hackathon. And we have with us Justin Wu. Justin is from
Yeah. Hi,
SambaNova
everyone.
Systems. Yeah. And I'll just hand it over to you, Justin. I'll mute myself. Go for it.
Yeah. Thanks, everyone, for attending. I really appreciate it. I'm going to see if I can share my screen here. Sorry, give me a second. I have not really used a lot of Discord here. Oh, wow. Okay, so that works there. But I think you can. Sorry, give me a sec. I apologize for this. I'm just trying to make sure I can share my screen. Because what I want to do is for everyone who's attended this office hours, I'm going to give you guys a way to get an extra $25 credits now. So we already gave $25 to the first 250 people who signed up. But those who are here, and if you haven't got those, so maybe just put in the Discord here if you're like, hey, I haven't got $25 and I want to put $25. Just put like a yeah or something like that. And I just want to get a good idea of who hasn't. And then while I get this set up here. Okay, great. So some people already said that. Never got. So if you didn't, if you got a $25, if you were the first 250 people, you should have got $25. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do two things. The first thing I'm going to do is, okay, so in order to get the $25, and again, just for the people for this office hours, really, don't spread this around too. The first thing I want you to do is go to here, this bit.ly link, and sign up for the SambaNova Cloud. That's the first thing that you got to do. And then after that,
Justin, we can't see your screen. Are you sharing
no,
something?
I didn't. I put it in the chat, by the way,
Okay.
the link first. And then I'm going to share my screen in a second. But again, everybody go to this, go to the chat and then sign up for that link there. And then once you're there, I'm going to share with you a form. Give me 1 second about that. Give me 1 second. Sorry. Yeah. Then, okay, so two things here. Go to the chat right now. Again, $25 for everyone who signed up, came this office hours. Thank you so much. Go to the chat in Discord. I put in two links. One is the SambaNova Cloud link to set up, to sign up for the SambaNova Cloud, and that will give you $5. But if you want an extra $20, then fill out this form, and then we will credit your account with an extra $20. So it's like $25 extra with that down there to do it. So while you guys are doing that, I think it might be helpful for me to go over what is SambaNova a little bit, and then the cloud, what we'll offer, and then after that, I will take questions. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to, how does this work? Okay, share application screen. Okay, so how would I apologize? I just want to share one window. Can I do? Do I do custom here? Sorry, I'm not very. Huh? Can I only share my screen? Again, I'm just trying to figure out. Sorry about that, guys. If anyone has any idea like how the sharing works here, am I doing something wrong? Section choose a window. Sorry, this is crazy. Share this. Oh, I see. Okay, here we go. Okay. So great. I think you can see this. Okay, great. So I'm assuming everyone, you can see it. Okay, great. Thank
Yeah, we
you.
can see it.
Thank you for letting me know. Great. because it's hard for me to know what I'm seeing on my. Again, I'm not just. It's hard for me to see what I'm seeing. But here's what I'm going to do. Okay, so at least let me. Forget. I'm not even going to put a slide. So basically, let's just go through what SambaNova. Forgive the. I'm not going to do presenter mode just because I don't know what's you're seeing here. But if you can't see, let me know in the chat. I'm going to monitor the chat. So where's SambaNova? And what we do is we make an AI chip. I'm going to pause this. We make an AI chip called an RDU. And this RDU allows for fast, efficient AI inference. And of course, feel free to stop me. I'm monitoring the chat. Let me know if there's any questions down here. So essentially what our chip does is we have a 3-tier data flow memory that enables for really fast, efficient inference using this AI chip. And as you can see, these are our metrics on the different Llama 4. We pride ourselves for having the most output tokens per second, and also the first time to first token. So if you're thinking about running an open source AI model really fast, really efficiently, and I'll demonstrate later on how fast, it's almost like instantaneous. You almost think like, is it real? Look for our cloud, look for our product that does that. So in our cloud, we have like almost every single open source model you can think of. Mistral, we don't do OpenAI is not an open source model, but their Whisper model is. Now that's like text to speech. We have all the variants of DeepSeek, Quen, and then Meta 2. So these are all the different models we have down here. So you can use that. And I think if you've already signed up and logged into our cloud, you should be able to see our offering. I see that there's a few people who just joined. I hope they can see their chat. So again, those people who just joined, I'm going to recap. Because you joined our office hours, I'm going to give out an extra $20 or $25 of credit to your account. To do that, I put in 2 links into the Discord chat. One is a bit.ly link that makes you sign up for the SambaNova Cloud. If you use that bit.ly link, you get $5. And if you fill out the Google form in the chat, then I'll give you an extra $20, so $25 total. So those people, I see people just joining in the chat right now. Okay, so let me go back to you, recap to those who just joined. I'm from SambaNova. We produce an AI chip that has fast inference. And then with that AI chip, we also have a cloud offering where we stock all our data centers with our AI chip. And we offer a bunch of different open source models that you can use. And I'll show you in a demonstration in a little bit. We pride ourselves on being the fastest and most efficient AI inference engine. So let me just go here really quickly to show you how fast it is. And as you log in, you use that link, you can hit, you see the cloud that we have. By the way, all our APIs are OpenAI compatible. So you can see that with this simple code request, you can easily access all our models. So this particular code request allows you to access Llama 4 Maverick. And then of course we have a Python library, and this using the OpenAI library, you can actually access our endpoint. So it's really simple to do that. And of course we actually have a Gradio endpoint too. So in case like you want to use that, a Gradio library, you can do that. All right, so these are all the models we have right now. And you can see we provide DeepSeek models, we provide Llama models, and then we have a couple in preview. And preview just means that you can use it right now, and later on we're actually going to move into production here. So let me show you really quickly how fast it is. Again, I'm going to monitor the chat here. Feel free to let me know if you have any questions. But how about I use something like DeepSeek? So as we know, DeepSeek's a reasoning model, and I'm going to say something like, maybe how about how can I win the Hugging Face MCP hackathon? And as you can see, like it's almost instantaneous. Like that, I mean, anyone who's used like any open source models, or I mean, I'm sure everyone uses a large language model. There's almost like no way any other model's gonna like almost spit this out with that quick. I mean, we're looking at like 215 tokens per second, and the time to first token is like, it's almost like meaningless. It's like 0.13 seconds. Come up with a project for me with Python code maybe, and let's just see how fast this is, right? I mean, it's doing the reasoning. This is how fast it's doing the reasoning, and then it's coming off the code. Like it's almost. I mean, as anyone who's tried stuff, it's almost instantaneous, right? So that's what we offer. And with each of these, you can go in and, of course, you see the code. You've got the OpenAI compatible endpoint, Python code, and then you can easily deploy that in the Hugging Face right here. We've got deploy in the Hugging Face button here. And then, of course, we've got API keys that you can create with a Playground dashboard that you've got. I just want to pause right here. Again, we are SambaNova. We're based in Palo Alto in California. We make AI chips that do fast and efficient inference. We've got a bunch of different open source models that you can access on our cloud product. And then we pride ourselves on being fast and efficient. So essentially, if you are trying to do anything with multiple agents, or maybe you've got like a really like a lot of data that you want to process, or something of a large context window, I would encourage you to use us because we are fast, and I mean, like you can see our time to first token is really fast, and we're really efficient at producing these tokens. So something where you see you're like, oh man, this is for the user is pretty slow. You can do that. To check the credits in SambaNova page, so you'll see later on. I'm going to check on that, but it should be under plans and then billing down there. We'll see that now. The good news is also, so someone asked a question, where you check the credits and page. For the first, at least for the first 5 to 20, once you've got the credits. So by the way, you don't actually have to put in your credit card at all to first use the SambaNova Cloud. So I have, because I've actually used quite a lot here. But you don't actually have to. And you can at least use so until you reach the $25, then you would not need to put in a credit card. So hopefully that answers that question on that, whether you get a $25. So again, you don't worry about getting charged, because at least for the purposes of Hackathon, you would not actually need to put in your credit card just to use it. And in fact, I would encourage you to use this if you're using Klein or some sort of like coding tool. Again, just to recap, those who just joined, feel free to sign up using the Billy link, and then you get extra $25 after that. You can use Klein. I'm pretty sure it'll be pretty hard to finish all the $25 credits in this hackathon. But if you do, let me know. For the purposes of hackathon, I'll give you more credit, just because that's a lot of tokens that in order to use. I'm going to go over one more thing here. So we're also giving away $500 for the best use of the SambaNova API. So feel free to do that, and then ping me and then tag me with that. So $500, and feel free again. It's pretty straightforward. Like once you just use the 500, if you're using an open source model, you can plug in our API, and then that should use our model to do inference, and then you should be able to qualify for that $500 price. So I encourage everyone to do that. And again, if you run out of credits on the actually, if you do run out of credits, please message me on Discord, because I'm very curious to see how you run out of these credits over the course of the weekend. I mean, that would be a very interesting use case, even if it's sort of producing tokens. I want to see how you're producing all those tokens. Okay, so I've given a really good overview. Maybe I should just do one more thing here before we jump to questions. So I think I showed this in a demo. Actually, let's just jump to questions here, then I can get back to it, because I was going to show you how you can use Klein right now. So instead of even paying for Windsurf or Cursor or any of your open source tools, you can I can show you later on how to use Klein, use the free credits, and start coding. But let's start. I'm going to pause right here. Anybody has any questions? And I think we can also get people on the stage if they want to ask in person. When you said we can use it, okay, so I want to ask this question. When you said we can use it in Klein, I can use the Klein to use SambaNova. That's exactly right. And I'll show you in a second how we can do that. Can we use external? So I'll show you that. That's a good question. The Klein, let me demonstrate that. Can we use external APIs like SambaNova for any check stack? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I believe so. I mean, unless I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure you can use it. Yeah, for any of the check stack. But I would encourage you qualify for more prizes. I'm a hackathon attendee. I always try to tag off the different prizes and then see what I get. Right. Let me share my. And I'm going to okay. So yeah, actually, that's a great question. What about a SambaNova agent? So let me get back into that too. Before I'm going to show you this client, I'll show you this SambaNova agent. I have another question about, are we able to use different models deployed on Hugging Face? So when the models are, that's a great question. Actually, let me get back to that too. Because when the model is deployed on Hugging Face, you can actually choose how you want to run your inference. And that could be a way for you to do that. Although I'm not entirely clear on that. The spaces are public, so anyone can use it up. That's a good question. How about this? Like, I think that's a great question. If you are able to extend it and get those 20, let me help you. Okay, if your space is public and it goes viral, now you're spending $1 million. That we might have a little bit of talk, but then you got a bigger problem to have. But if you're able to, like, you got enough users to send out a credit, message me and let me work with you to at least use, for the purpose of this hackathon, at least let me support you so that I think there's a price for like most viral or something like that. If you go viral and it's public, let me help you enable your users to do that, right? I mean, at least for the purpose of this hackathon. Afterwards, again, if you get 1 billion people using it, then let's have a talk here on enabling that more. I just want to really quickly show you in client here. So when you go to settings, the great thing about client is free, right? And so you can use your API provider, SambaNova, put in your API key, and then DeepSeek's pretty expensive actually, but you could use it. You could use DeepSeek R1 or DeepSeek V3. And then once you hit save, you're able to use client on that. Yeah, thanks Yuri for testing that. Yeah, so actually it's interesting. It's the inference providers. We have third-party vendors, including SambaNova. And then sure you can use 25. So here's what you could do. You can use $25 for Hugging Face. And then after that, you're done, switch to SambaNova. Either way, you can use all those credits down there. I'm going to stop streaming. But there's a question on the AI agent. So let me show you that too. Okay, great questions, by the way. Keep them coming. Okay, so this is our... And by the way, there's a question on how does one get access to credits. I think we will answer on the Hugging Face. But for the SambaNova credits, there are 2 links I put in the chat, way up there on how to sign up for the cloud. Okay, there's a great question here. Wow, sorry, I keep jumping. I'm answering questions while I'm doing a demonstration, but let me answer these questions because these are important. Any plan to add diffusion models and fine-tuning SambaNova? It's an amazing question. This is a fantastic question. So the answer is, for fine-tuning, we don't do credits. We're not gonna add fine-tuning SambaNova because we're fast on inference and we tailored our chip for inference. We haven't yet done the work yet for as much for fine-tuning. That being said, once you fine-tune, you can bring your checkpoint onto our cloud and we can host it. So once you've got a fine-tuned model, you can do that. The distilled model, you can do that. But training itself, we're just trying to specialize in inference. And doing training itself, there's a lot more work we haven't done there. And we're, as a startup, we're trying to focus down and double down on inference because we believe that's where the market, there's a lot of market need on that. There's a lot of marketing on training, but there's a lot of other companies tackling that. For diffusion models, we are actively looking at that, and I think we're going to try to release one soon, but it's still yet to be determined. Now, we pride ourselves on fast inference, so the trick here is for the diffusion models to be fast. We can't just have a diffusion model. Like honestly, why would you use us, right? But if we're able to do a diffusion model the fastest, that's where we really add our value, and so that's where we're trying to do it. Any plan to add vision models? Now, that's a great question. Okay, so first of all, let me back to the cloud here. I hope people can see my screen in the cloud. So the model that we have that does vision right now is Llama for Maverick, and you can actually, I wonder if I can just select an image. It's an image here. Okay, great. You can just select an image, what is in here. And actually can show you that this is a vision model that does that. Now, a few things to note, just people who are familiar with vision models. Llama for Maverick doesn't do video, It does images, and I think the limit is, don't quote me again, there are probably people in this room who are a lot better. There's 30, 30 images, so it's a little bit tricky to do those vision models. Wow, we have 190 audience. Okay, wow, it's fast. Okay, let me get back to you. I will re-announce the free credits in a second. Let me answer these questions so that we don't get a spam. But so again, I'm monitoring the chat here. So again, if you all just joined it, please join these. Join the chat so that you can put this in. I'm just going through the questions here. Any plans to add text-to-speech models? So we have Whisper already. I think we're looking at yes, speech. Text-to-speech, yeah, text-to-speech. That's text-to-speech. We're looking at adding other models too. So if you got other ones, I think one of the things you can do is if you have, yeah, you can if you're able to do that, then you can. So if you have any suggestions, let me know, and then we can look into that. Because somebody asked me to introduce, and then she just joined a few minutes ago. Okay, so anyway, we ballooned. We went from like 30 people to 130 people. So again, for people who are already here, forgive me. I'm just gonna reintroduce myself. My name is Justin. I work for SambaNova, and the quick spiel is that we make a chip called an RDU that does really fast AI inference. And using this thing called a data flow memory, a 3-tier data flow memory that allows for really quick inference. What that offers is we actually have a cloud offering that, and I saw a question on free credits. After this, I'll definitely show you guys how you can get those free credits. So this cloud offer, we've stocked our data centers with these chips. We also sell these chips with these server racks. And we provide really fast inference for any open source model. So you can see in Llama 4 Maverick, we really pride ourselves on being the fastest tokens per second and also the fastest first time to token. And then these are a list of open source models that we have. And then FYI, we're giving out $500 for the best use of the SambaNova API. And then I'm going to put in 2 links here. I'm going to use two links here so people who don't just came in. The first link is a way for you to sign up for the cloud. So sign up for the cloud using this bit.ly link and you get $5. And then fill out this Google form here. And then we'll give you an extra $20 on top of that for the purpose of this hackathon here. So fill out that form. I'll add in extra $20 here. Okay, this video will be uploading to YouTube. I'm not certain. I don't know whether it's recorded. Okay, so I just want to go through here. Okay, first of all, superb infrastructure from Skylord. Not sure if you can answer it, but what kind of use cases do you get from your customer? Yeah, that's a great question. So I was going to dive into this agent demo here. And one of the use cases we have actually is building AI agents. And the reason why is because you think about AI agents, there's multiple inferences that you need to do. So really, maybe, I don't know, like, okay, tell me more about, I don't know, Metastock or something. I don't, this really. So if it really goes out and does planning, okay, sorry, I need to get my API key in there, but I can't share it out. So let me just pull this out here and then get my AI key down there. So I'm trying to multitask here. Just want to make sure I'm not losing any credits. But I'll show you that demo, the AI agents demo, and that's one area that we get a lot of usage because as we're doing the new AI agents or agentic framework, there's so many calls and so many different models that needs to request. It makes things really fast. And anyone who uses an agent out there understands like how slow or like how slow they can be. Speeding that up gives you so much better for your user experience. So that's a use case we have. We're also so I'm answering a question here on like what kind of customers do we get from use cases. So the other question is, we also get people who are very concerned about privacy and security. Just because we have our own private cloud, that's where you're like, okay, great. Now we can give you your own node, and that's where it's very secure infrastructure. I got a question here. I use the link for the question. Should I get email back in a few? Actually, you won't get an email, but you get the credits. If you don't email me, and I'm going to put my email in here in case you have any question. Okay. And then if I've missed any questions, let me know too. So I got a question here. How good should
So,
the agent we build be?
Justin, I think you are available on Discord as well. Do you?
Am I? Oh yeah, I'm available on Discord too. Yeah, so you can
Yeah.
message me in Discord too, on email, Discord, whichever. I got a question. How good should the agent we build be? Is the expected level? This is a hackathon. I don't. For me, I think it should be clear like what the if there's a pain point, like even for fun, like what's it solving, like what's it building, like what's it solving, I mean, even for fun, if it's an agent that I think I'm excited about any project. I got a question about anthropic credits. I won't answer that. Yeah, I don't do anthropic credit. So by the way, anthropic, that's Claude, and Claude's not an open source model, and we only host open source models. I love this. I'm impressed by how speed SambaNova is. I know it's crazy, right? Like you just sort of use it, and then you're like, wait a minute, how it's crazy how fast it is. So I would encourage anyone to try using it, and then you'll be impressed. So whenever I show this, people are like, dude, is this cash? It's not. And I know I'm not. I mean, I'm just again, just so I can sort of maybe boast out here, like use Lava for Maverick, and give me a really long poem about Python, maybe. And you can see, like, I mean, it's not. I just came out on the spot, right? And like, it's just almost instantaneous. So, yeah, really good for user experience. Currently, have trouble connecting someone over a client. So, Code Jetty, how about you DM me here? I can work through that. You should be pretty simple. Again, you get the SambaNova API key and you populate it in. So first of all, I would try using, I think client gives you a few credits on there, making sure that you can do that, and then go in and then connect it. But feel free to DM me. No, it's not, Tony. That's not a silly question at all. Here's what I'll do. Again, don't put in your credit card at all. You can use $25. As you build it up on the account, take a look in billing, and you should be able to see it. If not, and you can't get that, and you're getting, you're using $24 or more, feel free to ping me, and then we'll get an account. So do that. Yeah. I love how you guys are. Yeah,
We are already on top of the hour. So do you want to wrap it up,
Okay.
or maybe if you have any closing notes? Yeah.
No, I thanks again. Where can we where can you buy a Blazing Fast chip? So just FYI, I'm not a salesperson, but they're not in the order of like probably millions of dollars, something like that. But if you want to buy them, you want to buy them, ping me. We'll work something out. Okay. So that's a great question. Message me directly right now. We'll work something out. Okay. So, but you need a data center and put it in and all that. So last question, anyone know of an LLM engine so again, Tonic, I do want you to, if you're looking to buy it, contact me, okay? Because I'll get it to you. But there's a few steps. These are big servers that you need to get in there. So last thing here, anyone know of an LLM inference engine that has 100% OpenAI competitive function and two calling? That's a very deep question, actually. It's so we have our own sort of inference engine, and it's actually a lot of engineering that needs to go into that, which is why VLM doesn't. And so that's one thing I would do, like, as you're using open source models or like different engines or like different providers, like make sure that it because the biggest thing I do is like figure out compatibility. So all our APIs have function and two calling and are OpenAI compatible. And there's a lot of engineering work that goes into that, like a lot. And the last thing is here, okay, SambaNova's info is really fast. Great, I love these. Yeah, that's how we pride ourselves, on being really fast and efficient, and also great customer support. That's why I'm here. So I think that's it. I'm on Slack, so I'm going, and then of course I put my email there too. Feel free to contact me. We'll get everyone those credits. But thank you so much. This is like super great. I'm sorry I didn't get into the AI agents demo, but you should be able to see again. I would encourage you to go to agents and then click through and then try our AI agents demo. I've got to put in my API key, but I just want to share it to like 105 people yet. But pretty straightforward actually once you go in. Yeah. Are we good then, you think? Bunch of questions coming in.
Yeah, maybe we can take that and then we will call it.
Yeah, I think we're Right. Nobody has any urgent questions at all. Again, please sign up do it, and then sign up. Use the API. Qualify for $500. Thanks, guys, for listening in.
Yeah.
So, by the way, the last question maybe is agents in another platform. It's basically a hosted service, and using the API endpoint. So it's hosted online. It's not. We don't host the server. Of course, we run it. Yeah. Okay. I think we're good. But feel free to contact me on Slack. I think there's a DeepSeek is running high demand, of course, because everyone's pinging it. That's good though. So you can use other models for client too. So, but there's a thread in SambaNova where you can look in, and feel free to ping me there. Yeah, are we good? I think.
Yeah, I think we are.
Yeah,
I
sorry.
think we will wrap it up. Thanks so much,
And then,
Justin. Thanks for
yeah, no, thank
agreeing to
you.
do this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love